do I feel like I'm about to be offended?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Now, I wanted to talk to you about Epstein's Island. This is something that it's on my head now. I need to talk to you about it. Do you remember Jeffrey Epstein? Do you remember the story about him, the famous story?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Obviously, this is years have gone by since things have went down, and more stuff is starting to happen right now with the Epstein list.
Do you want to give
And
everyone a quick breakdown on who he is, just quickly? Just like,
yes, for anyone living under a
memory.
rock type people, Jeffrey Epstein would take young women, young girls of various ages to his special island from the use of his plane, the Lolita Express, prettily named plane, where he would have celebrities, people of influence, politicians, actors, whoever, rich, powerful people at this island resort. And these girls would perform services of a indescript nature on these people at the behest of Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know if these girls were paid. I don't know any of those kind of details, but yes, they were basically used as, adult slaves, I guess, for these rich and powerful men. And yeah, it started to really hit. So if anyone doesn't know the story of Jeffrey Epstein, that kind of gives you a bit of a brief parameter on the man. He has passed away in prison at a very convenient moment where the camera stopped working. Every kind of thing possible went wrong for like 5 minutes. That's when he was, removed from the earthly realms, apparently by himself with like half broken neck and things of that nature. So very interesting. But he's now no longer with us as a result, possibly foul play, from potential people of influence. But
I did see that his brother has spoken out about apparently, or going to speak out about that night, and why the camera wasn't working, and some truths and some myths about if he is dead.
well, yeah, the brother was trying to get access to the body so that his brother could, properly uh, dispose of it, verify it, things of that nature. And he was kind of given a real runaround, which is very strange and very, unexpected when it comes to, like going to pick up just, someone's, dead body, for example, being given a huge runaround like that. So that I found very, very interesting.
One of the rumors that I heard about it was Jeffrey was actually working with the FBI, and and all his money basically came from basically the FBI and his island and everything, and it was basically to get all politicians, celebrities, and stuff, and basically find out who's corrupt and have basically dirt on them and leverage basically for further investigations or plans down the line. But yeah, apparently it was there's a rumor that it could have all been FBI set up basically
Okay,
to catch some of these elites.
that sounds interesting. So what you're saying is, say, for example, when he was initially brought in, which was a few years prior, and then he was let go, maybe he was constantly in communication with somebody there, and he was able to kind of work maybe as a partially undercover because he was
Yeah,
caught and he was
yeah,
basically just let go with a slap on the wrist. So
yeah.
that would explain a few things, like the FBI photos of his kind of cupboards showing empty archive folders with the names blurred out completely by somebody who's taken the photos.
Mm,
Maybe that's evidence logging and things like that. So that
mm,
I can get with that. And he would have
mm.
been trying to capture, or not capture, but he would have been doing his thing and working on getting evidence. Either that, or he was basically trying to work out a deal where he releases all these names. Hundreds of people get arrested for being, disgusting people, and he gets a far more lenient sentence. I think that's also pretty probable
Mm. Yeah,
because he would have been trying everything to not be in his situation.
true.
And
I
if you can
guess
release that many
we'll
names,
never know. It's all just conspiracies, isn't it?
exactly, it's going to be one big conspiracy. But also, have you heard of John Doe 36?
No.
So all of the court filings, they don't say the person's name because they're all under, they're all sealed, they're all secure. But it's come to light that John Doe number 36 is actually Bill Clinton.
Is that because
And
he's the 36th president?
No, it's just the John Doe number 36 or something like that. I don't know what number president is.
I thought I'd throw that right at you there. You'd be like, wow, really? Really?
Is he?
No.
But apparently he's been on the plane, I think it was 25 times or 50 times. If you count like a round trip of going there and back, it would be 50 times. But apparently he's been on the plane 25 times. There's been paintings of him wearing a dress like in Epstein's Island, like a painting of Bill Clinton. I find that very weird. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the Clintons have already been kind of paired together with so many people that have left the earthly realms.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of
already.
shorts out there with Trump exposing Bill and Hillary, and they had that section on that debate where Trump actually brought in like 4 or 5 of these women, and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a few little things that have already gone down suspiciously with the Clintons, but
yeah, and here's the thing, right? I'm not so worried about the people who have come out and said, yes, I met Jeffrey Epstein. I went on a plane with him. I didn't know anything about him, but once I found out, I left him alone, kind of thing. I think because Donald Trump came out and said as soon as he found out that Epstein was the way he was, he kicked him out of his Mar-a-Lago resort and was like, I don't want anything else to do with you. I don't have a problem with people coming out and saying, I found out that he was a creep and I kicked him out. I didn't want anything to do with him. But the people who are turning around saying, oh, no, I've only been on his plane 4 times, or I've only been on there once, and then it comes out that they've been on there 20 times or something, those are the people who have got a real, hard time believing. Like Bill Gates.
Well, you've already lied. You've lied once. So why wouldn't you have lied about other stuff, basically?
And you've lied about something so small, man? Like, I've only been on the plane once or twice,
Never
like
met him.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people that said that. Whereas I believe that Elon Musk has met him. I just think Elon Musk would have met him briefly. Hi, how you going? Walked off. At that point, Elon Musk is so rich that everybody's beneath him. I don't think he would remember the situation at all, for example. But it's also resurfacing old interviews with people, like Bill Gates' wife, Melinda Gates. She did an interview in 2022 where she said that she met Epstein once and she thought he was completely evil and wanted nothing to do with him. And she told Bill Gates, basically, I don't want you having anything to do with him. Bill Gates kept having his meetings with him, kept having catch-ups, and that led to their divorce. And if you actually look at it, I haven't got it in front of me now, but there's actually a moment where she kind of says, her exact quote was something along the lines of, I was really into the marriage. I was working on a marriage. I was really in love or something like that. And then the last part of it was, but I had to get out, or I needed to get out. And I thought, that's not the way that you talk about somebody who you've got a divorce with and you're still a business partner with. I had to get out. That sounds very much like
shit's going to go down.
Like,
or
I don't
will
want
go down eventually. And I need to get out before I get pulled down.
Exactly. So that interview I found incredibly telling, the way she spoke about that. And she really seems to have a real distaste for Bill Gates. And these are people who run a foundation together, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So I find that very interesting as well. So there are old things that are coming back to light, which are definitely looking really suspicious for Bill Gates. And I don't know about you, but when the Epstein list drops, we're going to have a special episode talking about a few people on those that are released on that list. Apparently 8 people have been completely cleared from being a name. So 8 people have been able to successfully have their names not get released.
Oh.
Who do you think they are? I don't. What? That's why that. What? I think honestly, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. I think that's 2 of the 8 people that have been cleared from having their names released.
Okay.
I think See, I think politicians have the power to make that happen. I don't think actors have that power. I think
Obama.
Obama's, both of them, yeah, they've had some shady stuff going down. I reckon.
Oprah Winfrey.
I reckon if I was going to pinpoint a celebrity who has the power to do, I reckon Oprah Winfrey, because she was also
Yeah.
linked to
I
children
feel like
going
she's got a
missing.
lot of
Oh yeah,
yeah.
she had girls going missing in her orphanage in Africa. But she was also bringing girls to his island. I think it's been reported that she had girls go missing from her Africa orphanage and going to the island, and those girls are missing. So that was also very suspicious. That's obviously all conjecture and all, people maybe making up rumors. But yeah, I think she would be able to get herself off of a list like that.
Mm.
That leaves us with three. I'd probably say, if anybody, I don't think Joe Biden. I mean, like, you'd say Joe Biden for the sake of making up the eight. I reckon Jeff Bezos. I reckon Bill
Yeah, but
Gates. He would have.
if if he could get off, then obviously Bill Gates could get off.
Yeah, Bill Gates. I reckon Bill Gates has the power to not be named on the list because of his money.
Okay,
And
what I would like to know though, let's just say all these people are on the list, right? It all comes out, right? So
Yep.
Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, etc., etc. Do people go headhunting these people, or do people go, "Oh, he's on the list," and move on? Like, are you going to, like, let's say Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos are on the list? Are you now no longer going to shop on Amazon and buy anything on Amazon? Are you now no longer going to use any of Bill Gates's products? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. What are the wider implications?
you know how everyone kicked off when it was during that white campaign, and all that with Bud Light, and a lot of people were like, "I'm not drinking Bud Light. I'm not doing this."
Yeah.
America. Are people going to do the same thing when it comes to this? Like, I'm not saying it is, but let's say, God forbid, it's Elon Musk. Are we now no longer going to use Twitter? Are we now no longer going to buy Teslas? You know what I mean? Like, what level of backlash happens, basically?
Yeah, well, because these people have now started large corporations and companies, and to a certain extent, those companies are now bigger than the individual, right? Because they've got boards. They've got 12 people on each board. So I don't. It's really hard to say. Jeff
I mean,
Bezos.
you can make a simple thing with, obviously, like a celebrity or movie actor that just, all right, won't go watch his movies anymore. You know what I mean? Like, are we going to, like, cancel their movies? Like, but then you go back into, like, canceling, which, like, it's bad to kind of cancel people. You know what I mean? Like, I guess there's actually a good reason for it, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Yeah. What are the implications from it? If Bill, like, let's say Bill Clinton is named on the list. He's been there. He's been there 25 times. Do you think anything's happening to him? I don't think anything's going to happen to him.
What's the proof that anything happened though? Like, okay, the dude went there 25 times. It's an island. It's a getaway retreat.
Exactly. How are you proving that he went there and did
So
anything?
what?
And
Like,
I'm
do
not
you
a
know what I
fan
mean?
of Bill
Like,
Clinton. I'm just saying we have to look at that possibility.
exactly. Like, you can't just say, oh, just because someone went to an island, oh, he's guilty, off with his head.
People are going to have that reaction, but then
Well,
also,
definitely. Then you got to come back to reality and go, okay, so what? The dude's been there 150 times. Like, suspicious.
very suspicious.
But I mean, if and in retrospect, like, if you're that rich and you're that powerful and you're, do you really think, they're going to have Bill Gates tick? Like,
Yeah,
do you reckon it's going to be booked under Bill Gates? Do you reckon there's, going to be,
he's just
fly
alphabetically
bomb?
listed Bill Gates. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yep,
No.
Bill Gates, yep, certainly, sir, up to this room. Do you know what I mean? Like, it'd be on the A-listers,
That'd be
I don't
something.
think, yeah, I don't think there'd be, I mean, I'm sure there'd be someone that could find this information. Like, I mean, like, you got, like, um, like hackers and
I mean,
these
the
people
FBI
like
director
Snowden
has,
and all these people. What's the other guy? Julian Assange. Like,
Mhm.
you got these people that that can leak and can get information, and they're just obviously the front people. There's people that work behind the scenes, and I'm sure they could dig and come up with something that proves these people are bad or did this or did that. But I mean, it's very hard. I think, yeah.
It
So I
is.
don't
It
know.
is. What you need is this right here, which is the fact that the FBI is currently hiding thousands of videotapes used to blackmail Epstein's twisted clients. That is a new bombshell report coming out just today. That they have hundreds of hard drives. They have all this potential evidence. You don't know what's on these hard drives, so I'll say potential
Well,
evidence.
okay, so
You need to
that makes
see
me
the
feel
videos.
that okay. So I hear hundreds of videos. I'm like, cool. Then what are they blackmailing them for? Like, okay, like, this person is
Money.
a sex trafficker or whatever. Is that what it's for? What American these FBI people, they need money? Like, uh, I don't
There's
I,
a lot.
I don't
There's a
know.
lot.
Really, is it just money? Like, is it just a money thing? And then it's like, well, are these people really dumb enough to be caught on camera? Like, maybe a couple of them. I don't know. I don't
Exactly. Well, do
know.
you know?
Like, are there hidden cameras? And then that goes back to my original theory of that it was an FBI island, because then they would have secret cameras and they would have secret audio, and that's why they have been caught and there is video footage of them, and now they're blackmailing them.
Well, yeah, I mean that's also kind of crazy as well. Because say, for example, that's true. Say, for example, the FBI took over the operation and said, "We're doing this and this. We're going to let you do
Yeah.
what you do, but
Yep.
we want evidence on all these people."
Mm-hmm.
Things would have gone down crazy when they see, "Holy shit!" Potentially. Oh my god, our president is at the island. Holy crap, we are filming the president doing this. Keeping in mind the FBI
With little
apparently,
girls or little babies or little boys, whatever. Like,
yep.
maybe there is actually some truth to that tale of it being an FBI island. Because I mean, other than that, I just don't see a normal setup, a normal rink, basically, of people that are all like that. I don't see how any of that gets out. I don't see how.
Well, here's the thing. I think you and me, I think me, I get caught up with the idea that Epstein is taking 10 people, 10 upscale politicians to the island at once. I think it was more like you and me, we're going to go to the island this weekend, instead of you and me and 20 other individuals are going here in a similar manner to the way that people think that, there's the big
Because I mean,
cult meetings in their forest.
well, again, it's a big island. If there's lots of people in there, no one saw nothing.
Well, you'd assume people would be saying things.
You
There's
know,
always talk
I
of,
didn't see. I didn't really see any underage girls. I didn't see any inappropriate stuff. Like. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
yeah, it's weird, but I can tell you who has got the answers. FBI current director Christopher Wray, who is the only person on Earth entrusted with Epstein's client list black book. He has it. It's not just in like a storage facility. Christopher Wray has it in his own secret location. Like he's the only one who knows where
So
it is.
how has he not been assassinated, killed? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, exactly. How has he not been taken care of? But also, what's on that list that is so crazy that he's the only person on earth that is able to properly look at it. All these lists that people keep coming out with, the list is different to the court documents, right? The list is a list. The court documents is people of interest surrounding that. whereas we need to see
I
the
reckon
list.
this is exactly like an onion. Like you just peel off one layer and there's like another layer underneath. Like it
Exactly.
just keeps getting deeper and deeper, and you can make up like, okay, this can make sense with this, but then all of a sudden you've got a new layer that you've just peeled off, and you're like, well,
It's
wow, like, it just
it's a
changes
huge
everything.
iceberg.
Oh, it's crazy.
Well, I mean, one thing's for certain: we just need to know. We just need to know who's on the list, and we need people held accountable. We know people in positions of power are either already fleeing the countries, and going to countries that don't extradite to America, or these people are being found, passed away, or these people are just like seemingly vanishing. So
Well, because there was rumors like Mark Zuckerberg is building that billionaire bunker in Hawaii, and I
mhm.
mean, like people are like, oh, he's trying to get trying to get away, trying to hide, blah 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 blah, this and that, and I'm like, well, yeah, okay, maybe it's for the doomsday reason, maybe it is for the other the Epstein list reason, but then again, like, why would you have it known where you're building a bunker? That doesn't make sense either. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why would I
Yeah,
want a location that everyone in the world knows? Huh, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here in this spot, like on this. You know, like it just
I
doesn't
mean
make sense. Like, if I'm a bunker, no one's gonna know. Like, I mean,
that kind of tells
I
me
guess the
that
only,
maybe he's not
I
involved.
guess yeah, I guess the only person that would know would be, I guess, the company that I got to build it. But again, if shit went down, they would know that I have a bunker, so that they would end up rocking up here, wouldn't they? Like, do you know what I
You'd
mean?
think
Like,
so.
it's like, so I don't know. I don't. It just sounds weird that he's telling everyone this is where I'm building a bunker and blah blah. I don't know. Sounds does it sound more like scare tactics, maybe, like to scare people into, oh my god, he's building a bunker, or the talking factor of getting people to conspiracy talk and twist more, just make I guess the conspiracy theorists sound stupider. Because I mean, as of late, conspiracy theorist people have been pretty much bang on the money with a lot of things.
Oh yeah,
And
like geniuses.
before that, they used to be just crazy hat people, tinfoil weirdos, that no one would listen to. Someone would pop up and say something conspiracy, and you'd just be like, what an idiot. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
now it's like, shit, like, I've got to listen to this person because a lot of the time they've been right lately. So, like, is that what this is kind of like? They're trying to create more chaos, more lies, more conspiracy theories to make it that they're not as right, basically.
to make the real ones look less plausible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get that. I mean, also another way to look at it is, the list was meant to come out January 1st, and guess what happened January 1st? Out of coincidence, Japan had a huge tsunami and earthquake. Now, I'm not saying that they're completely related, but we've seen the discussions around Hawaii and what happened there.
Okay.
Is
Do
it
you
too
think like maybe
implausible?
like someone else that's in power at the moment is like, all right, well, if you're going to leak this, then we're going to like destroy your country in like natural, like, oh, because I reckon honestly that the US or someone in power would have devices that could cause natural earthquakes, could cause natural tsunamis and shifting, the earth and the stuff. Like, I think
Hmm.
there would be some kind of weapons that can change weapons and change weather and all that kind of stuff. I
Yeah, I
mean, they
mean,
had it back in what, early 1800s, where they um, the demands and the little like people that had the caravans and the salesmen that they go around from town to town. They used to pump some kind of chemicals up in the sky and they used to make it rain.
yeah, I mean, like, well, here's the other thing as well. You've got people who can kind of point a laser at somebody and cause a physical reaction to that person, give them a heart attack and things like that. And that's just with an
Mm.
infrared laser. You know what I mean? Like, these are very small things that people can't see that have a great effect on something. So, is it not plausible to say we're releasing the list and now we're going to do something? And now, all of a sudden it's election time as well. could this potentially be leading up to something happening around the time of the US election?
I mean,
There's
like, what's to say that a person or persons wouldn't just basically go, you know what? If this gets like leaked, we're gonna blow up the world. Like, we don't care. Like, if we're gonna go down, we're gonna take basically humanity with us, like an extinction event, basically. Um, yeah, like basically,
that's where the
and that's what these
bunkers
little
become useful.
yeah, and I guess that's where these little things that are going around in the world, these little like doomsday things, in different countries at the moment, it's like they're just like warning shots, basically.
Hmm.
Like,
I
don't
mean,
do it,
basically, what we've
don't do
done
it. You know,
is we've created a massive iceberg right now in this video. A massive iceberg like this. You know, you can see just the tip. It's all down here. This massive iceberg video about the end of the world, and all of this stuff being tied into the end of the world. Crazy stuff though. I've got to
yeah,
say.
oh, definitely.
But moving on from Epstein's list. So I want to take a break from Epstein's list. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting episode. We're going to have another episode in a couple of weeks. So like and subscribe helps us an absolute ton. And if you have any comments down below, any feedback or anything relevant to any of the aspects of the video, don't forget to comment down below for us and we'll reply in the chat. My name's Dan.
And I'm Jay.
See you next time.